So I think basically that's something that I mean, I enjoyed my lockdown because of that. So that was it. So now I'm going to feature a few dishes today which are very simple because I don't like very complicated cooking. मुझे पकाना अच्छा लगता है, but I don't like to be in the kitchen for many hours. So I like to cook simple things. So today we'll start with a something called a beetroot lassi. So does everybody like beetroot?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because many people don't like it, but when I make the showed them how to make this, then they said, "Oh, this is not bad. Now we don't mind beetroot, you know." So this is something that I'll start with that. It's a nice, very cooling and refreshing drink at this time of the year, especially because अब तो summer वापस आ गया है, so we really need something to cool us down. So I'm just going to start with the beetroot lassi. So the ingredients for this are basically I have boiled. Yeah, okay. Can you see? What can you all see?
Yes, yes, clearly.
Okay. So I have boiled beetroot and cut it into small pieces. This is some green chili and this is some salt. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to blend the beetroot with the green chilies. You can skip the green chilies if you don't want it. Okay. If you don't eat spicy. वन सेकेंड ना, जिसमें मैंने थोड़ा ही ग्रीन चिली डाला है बिकॉज वी डोंट लाइक टू मच. इसमें थोड़ा सा नमक and I'll add some water, little bit, and I'm going to puree this in a blender. So okay, this is what it looks like after it's been pureed. Now you can adjust the spices according to your taste. We don't like very spicy food in our house. I mean, everybody's like a little bit, sensitive to spice. So you can increase the spice if you like, but I've added just a little bit.
What is this?
This is dahi. So I've taken dahi. I'm going to share, if you all need the recipes, I will be sharing those also with you all. I'll share it on with the group, and I mean with Saleh, and he will share it with anybody whoever wants. So this is basically normal dahi, and to this I am adding the beetroot. Okay. Now you add the beetroot little at a time. Don't add everything together because otherwise it can become too strong. And then when you're adding it, you just check for salt. वो बीटरूट में थोड़ा मिठास होता है, so the salt factor keep in mind. And if you can put khatta dahi in this, there's nothing like it because that really adds a nice tang to it. Okay, now one thing that I request everybody when you're cooking is to keep tasting your food. I think that's the biggest, I mean, mistake sometimes we make.
Madam, was the beetroot raw or boiled?
Boiled. You boil the beetroot. Sorry, I didn't mention that. You boil the beetroot and then puree it. Okay. So it's boiled well. Yeah, sorry, that was my mistake. Okay. So now this is basically ready. I'm just going to put a little bagar on this to give it a little bit of fix, just hold it. Yeah. So for this, basically, I have taken some kadhi patta, which is, can you all see?
Yes, we can see. Yes.
So I have taken some kadhi patta and I've chopped them little fine, okay, because so that it doesn't come in your mouth. I've taken a little bit of rye, heat some oil.
Besides curry patta, what did you put, madam?
Rye. I put
Rye
some,
and curry patta. Okay.
yeah. You want, you can put a little bit of cut red chilies, but like I said, my family is not very fond of chilies. But if you enjoy chilies, you can add a little bit just to give it a little bit more kick.
और उड़द दाल. उड़द दाल also.
Urad dal क्या होता है कि it will come in your mouth, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I mean I
Taste
don't, we
is
don't.
fine.
Yeah.
उसका taste अच्छा लगता है.
You can put even little ginger if you like, grated ginger. That also goes well. Yeah, that also goes quite well. So now I'm actually going to put this on top over here. And now you can actually serve it chill it and serve it because it really is very, very refreshing. Okay. If you want, you can add a little bit of hara dhania on it, which will as a garnish. This is how it will be. And now I'm going to chill it. Okay. So this is our beetroot lassi. Very easy and it's a perfect summer drink because it's really refreshing. It's got dahi, it's got beetroot, it's quite healthy also, and it's quite very tasty. Okay. Now we'll move.
Mint also, mint we can add.
Mint you can add, yeah, definitely you can add mint. Mint also will give it a good flavor. Only thing is that mint is a little strong, so it might clash with the taste of the beetroot. Beetroot is very mild, na? Beetroot ka flavor bahut kam hai. And so that's why if anything very strong might clash with the flavor of beetroot. So just keep that in mind because beetroot ka flavor aana chahiye. If it's anything very strong, it might overpower the beetroot. Okay, so now we are moving on to a masoor salad. Okay. So this actually I kind of stumbled upon this by chance, this recipe. I had one time, मैं घर में masoor बना रही थी. I was making masoor and I soaked extra and it was quite a lot extra, So I just didn't know what to do with it. So I said, okay, let me try it with a salad. And then after that, I did a little bit of research and I realized that in Arab countries, in the Middle East, this is quite a popular dish. It's called a lentil salad. So what I have done is that I have soaked the masoor, okay, and then boiled it with little haldi and salt, okay, and just make sure that it doesn't get too mashed, okay. It should be the grain should be chutta, So you boil the thing and you keep it, strain it and keep it aside. Now you add. So in a salad, what really looks good is if you add different colored ingredients. The more color you have in your salad, the healthier it is also, and even it looks very good. So, and whatever salad, like when you're cutting it, you should try and cut the size of the ingredient should be similar. Okay. So this I have put some spring onion greens. I got some nice baby tomatoes today. So that adds a little bit of red. So whatever vegetables you have, you can improvise with those. You can take finely chopped kakdi, you can take capsicum, you can take purple cabbage if you have. But whatever you take, you cut it fine. Okay. I've also got some nice fresh corn. So if you can see, I mean, isn't this looking quite delicious? And the colors
Yes.
looking good.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so now I'll make a dressing, a very simple dressing that's easy to make and you know, kind of. So this I have some lemon juice in which I'm putting a little bit of olive oil, some salt. If you like mustard, you can add mustard to it. I think we like mustard. Does everybody like mustard here?
Not too much.
No, I don't like mustard.
So that's why I said people, I mean, it's a very personal taste. Some people
Mustard,
don't.
mustard would
Yeah.
have to be made into a paste before we add it, or you are saying rye would not work in this?
No, rye if you
So
make.
how would we add? How would
you
do we
get
add
it-
mustard?
So if you're adding mustard, you need to take mustard powder. You get it ready made,
Yes,
or
yes.
you get mustard paste ready made. But
Mustard
if you're
sauce.
putting, yeah, if you're adding
Mustard.
mustard powder, then you just put a little bit of water in it
Hmm.
and make it into a paste. Like just let it sit for some time because the flavors need to, you know, kind of.
Yeah, mingle.
You're not able to kind of get the flavor. So this is I'm going to add a little bit of pepper since everybody is not really fond of mustard. I'll add a little bit of fresh pepper. And you can add some honey to this also to give it a little bit of sweetness. Honey or powdered jaggery. Does everybody like powdered jaggery? Here, this is good. This is honey. Very little. I don't put too much because it will become overpowering. Now you just make this dressing. Oh, it's yummy. Okay. Okay, now one tip that I can give you for salads is if you're making a salad which doesn't have many crisp vegetables, like if it's not a very leafy salad, or if it's a salad that needs some sort of you know, like this salad, for example, has got masoor. So if you put the dressing into it, it will be nice if it's soaked in it. That salad you can make it and keep it in advance. But if you have a lot of leaves and you put your dressing on it, the leaves will become soft. So when you're making a salad, keep that in mind, that if you've got any leafy salad, you put your dressing just before serving the salad. But if it's any salad where you're making with you know, like rice salad or with a pasta salad or even with the bean salad, those things you can make and you can keep it and chill it, because that really soaks up the taste of the ingredients, you know, those of the dressing. Any questions so far? Hello.
Just
Okay, I
like
guess.
masoor, we can make sabut moong also, whole moong.
Yeah, you can make it with whole moong, you can make it with whole masoor, you can make it with rajma, you can make it with 3 different types of beans
Yeah.
also.
Yes, yes.
Like rajma, like, you know, they have the chauli, rajma.
Yes, lobia, yes.
Yeah, those things are all really healthy. And, you know, I mean, it's also, yeah, those things that you can make and keep, and this can be like 2 or 3 meals you can have this for. So it's a really easy to make salad. Sorry?
We can also decorate it with puris, little puris, that flattened puris, and
Yeah,
and
like
aloo
a chaat,
potato.
like a chaat.
Yeah, like in potato, like little.
Yeah, you can do that
And
also.
on top, we can put that sev, mota that sev hota hai na, mota sev.
Yeah, that becomes like a real chaat kind of chatpata thing, you know. Yeah. Then, you know, you can even add some chaat masala to this.
Yes.
You know, those are the things that you can. Those are, see, what the best thing about a salad is that you just need to keep in mind that what it needs. It needs some kind of a protein. it needs some vegetables, it needs something sour, it needs a little bit of sweetishness to kind of cut the thing. It needs some oily thing, little bit of oil, and then your seasoning. So if you play around with those ingredients, you can make it to any kind of flavor that you like. So that's the flexibility of a salad, which gives you that, like, you know, kind of everything that you want in whatever proportion you want, you can add it, you know. So this way, yeah. And this, of course, like, you know, you can even put them if you have small shot glasses, na?
Yeah.
If you have for a, like, if you're entertaining or something, you kind of put it in small shot glasses and serve it. You know, the serving things, you can even serve this in an iceberg lettuce,
Yes.
you know. So these are little things that you can do, which add to the, you know, the fun of you know, this salad. It makes it a little bit more interesting. Like you said, even on the puri, na, like you do the puri, that's also one other twist to it, you know. So this is our salad that we. I wish you guys were here and we could taste this together.
Yes.
No? I really, yeah, I really feel that, you know, this could have been a very nice experience, but I guess some other time when things are very different. So now I'm moving over to the oats chilla. Does anybody make oats chilla?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. I
yes,
made.
Oh,
yes.
I made.
okay. Okay,
Yes.
so I'll just tell you, I don't know whether you'll make it the same way. What I have done is basically I roasted the oats, okay? So I've roasted them and then I have added, I mean, I have then powdered them after roasting them well. And then I've added, I put, like I've turned them into a nice fine powder. Okay, because oats, what happens is oats are very sticky. So if you don't powder them fine, it could be like a little bit of a, you know, the consistency can be a little sticky, and it's not such a great experience then. Now in this, I'm adding some dahi, like about half a cup of dahi. This is about a cup of oats flour. This is dahi. I'm adding some ginger paste to this. Actually, I've grated the ginger. I don't really like the paste consistency much. I like it a little grated and, you know, like a little bit of a mouth feel I like. So I've done that. Um, I'll add a little bit of water because we want to make this into a nice pouring consistency. Now this is some green chilies. This you can really, I think, goes well with the green chilies. Salt. Little haldi powder. Again, this you can use whatever spices and flavoring you like. This I'm giving you like a very basic kind of recipe. Jeera powder. Red chili. Just keep in mind that we've already had put in green chili, so, you know, keep that in mind. Some finely chopped dhania. And you basically make this into a nice smooth dough. This. So just keep in mind that there should be no lumps in this. Now the oats chilla is a little tricky. See, you can make a chilla using sprouted moong also. Does anybody make that? Hello?
Yes, I made.
Okay.
You always put curd in every kind of chilla or only in this?
In this particularly, because otherwise there's no, this oats has got a very, like it's a quite a sticky consistency and all, na? So to give it a little bit of body, you can put it. And actually, even if you put a few teaspoons or tablespoons of dahi in any other chilla also, it gives it a nice taste because that khatta dahi makes it a little bit interesting. So this is like a pouring consistency. Now we'll move over to the gas. Now, like I told you, this is a little tricky because it's a, it tends to get sticky. So you just oil your pan a bit and don't cook it on a very high flame because it needs to cook all the way through. So once the pan is warm, then you put it on a slow flame. Okay, now reduce the gas. See, like I told you, it's a little tricky because it's quite, the atta is quite sticky. It's not like a normal atta. So you have to be be a little careful with it when you're handling it. What I do is I don't make very big because I can't manage it sometimes and then I get very upset. So I just make little small little chillas. And let it cook all the way through because it is sticky, so you have to make sure that it's well cooked, Do all of you make chillas often?
I think your screen is hung. I think because you have a bad network.
Is it?
You can see there's a network. Yeah, your network is bad.
Oh.
Maybe just give it a second.
Yeah. The screen is hung. No, it's not. Is it?
I think it's got slightly better, but it's still a bit bad. The network is bad.
Is it? Can you see now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So now this is like kind of almost cooked through. So these are not ever going to be chillas. Basically, are never those thin, paper thin, crispy things, but they're extremely tasty and healthy. And you can really put any twist to a chilla. You can do sprouted moong chillas. You can do oats chillas. You can do rava with rava and besan.
I'm on my Zoom call, don't shout.
Yeah. So if you want it a little crispy, you can add a little bit of oil. So this is great as an evening snack also, even for breakfast. It's really a nice, you can make the powder and keep it and then just whip your chila when you feel like eating it. Even with the this thing, sprouted moong, you can make the atta and keep it for a couple of days. Even this atta stays for a couple of days. And this you can have with your regular chutney or whatever you accompaniment you want. Guys, I really wish you were here. I'm feeling really sad. I think the next time we do it, we'll do it in person. Whenever that happens. Any questions about this?
So all
Okay, so-
chilas, even the simple ones, the mixture is the same, like thickness of the mixture?
Yeah, the mixture should be that pouring consistency, not it doesn't become, see, because the grains and all that you're using in it is not like, it's not like a dosa where you grind it into a very fine paste. So it's always a little difficult to manage. So these smaller ones, which are less thin, I've never tried any very thin chilas. I've always tried. I mean, every chilla I've eaten has been slightly thickish because I
Okay.
guess the consistency of the atta is such. Okay, so now we're moving on to our dish, the last dish, which is a dessert. So this is actually a very easy dessert and very tasty and has many versions to it that you can make. So the one I'm going to show you all is a coffee and walnut one, and it's really simple. So I've taken 1.5 cups of milk. Okay. And I'm putting it to boil with 3 tablespoons of sugar. Now, again, you can adjust the sugar to your taste, but I'm using coffee, so this will be a little bitter, so I've added a little bit more sugar. If you're doing chocolate, you can make it less sweet. Okay. Now, in a separate bowl, I've taken some custard powder, 3 tablespoons of custard powder, and I'm taking another 1/4 cup of milk. And I'm taking 1.5 heaped tablespoons of coffee. Okay. So this I've taken 1.5 tablespoons of coffee. I've taken milk and I've taken custard powder. And I'm mixing it really well. Just make sure that no lumps are there in this mixture. And in the meanwhile also, sorry. Mix it well, and as it's coming to the boil, you add your coffee. There was a little bit of coffee left over in that bowl, so I'm just taking it all. Now, instead of coffee, you can use cocoa powder. If you don't like coffee, if you prefer cocoa. Just cook it well and let it thicken. As you can see now, it's thickening. Okay, it's a nice thick custard. Now you can switch this off. Now I'll tell you, you can add, if you want to make it a little bit sinful, you can add a small piece of butter here now, just a little bit to give it a, this is nice, nice and strong. Instead of coffee, if you want to use chocolate, you can use cocoa powder. Do the same thing and then just let it cool down for a minute. I'm just switching on the fan. So what we're going to do with this now is I'm just waiting for this to cool a little bit. This is the glass that I've kept ready. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this is a packet of cracked jack. Which I'm going to be layering at the bottom of the dish. I mean, you don't have to be too particular about how you layer it because it's going to eventually be covered with the custard and the walnuts. But it will be nice if you have a nice layer because that gives it a little bit of a
Which biscuit?
cracked jack.
Cracked jack, cracked jack.
Yeah. Okay. Now what you do is,
Pour it on top.
sorry,
Pour it on top.
yeah, pour one layer on top. I think you should do this when it cools down a bit, so the biscuits remain a little crispy. Okay. Now I got some chopped walnuts. Now we'll do the second layer. Now, if you want to make it more rich, you can add cream to it, as a topping, but you don't need to. It's quite tasty without the cream also. So, save the cream calories for something else. You can just taste good without the cream. No. So I don't throw my plastic. I have a separate bag for up here. So I have a separate bag in which I collect all these plastic bags and then I fill them into a bottle. Right. Now this is cooled down a bit more. So are you going to try making this? Is anybody going to try making these dishes today? Anyone?
Yes, yes.
I
Yes.
will.
Nice, easy and nice. Yeah.
That's why I try to give you all recipes which are not very complicated and need too many ingredients, because I mean cooking is fun when you can cook with what you have at home, you know.
Yeah.
So even if you don't have like crack shack biscuits, you use Mari biscuits or whatever, you know what I mean? It shouldn't become like a bother that you have to go shopping and you have to plan a menu and all that. Basically, cooking should be quite effortless, and that's what I like to do, because then suddenly you feel like cooking, you don't have to then stress about, oh God, but I don't have this and I don't have that. So that's the way I cook. So okay, so my crack jacks are almost over, and so is my custard. So we are kind of very good with this. So like I said, if you want to top it with cream, you can. If you want to make a chocolate custard instead of a coffee custard, you can. You can put some fresh fruit custard also. Now with mango season, you could maybe try with mangoes. So just one tip is that when you're cooking, just cook from your heart. I mean, things will just like eating. If you go with that, cooking is not an effort. It's when you really have to plan too much and make a very big, elaborate thing out of it. That's when it can become a little overwhelming. Now, what you can do is just top this with that. And since we have a couple of biscuits, you can just maybe crush them up to give it a little bit of okay. This is what we are done with. So any questions?
I just wanted to know the custard is
Or you will freeze it now?
Now I'll put it in the refrigerator. I'll cool it down because it's a little warm.
Oh.
I'll cool it. Ideally, you should wait for the custard to cool before the layering. But if you don't, I mean, it's fine, except that your biscuits will become a little soft.
Okay.
But they will become soft in any case. But this will become a little bit more soft. But it's a nice texture. It becomes like cake. So it's not like too bad. Make the custard down or something.
Come here, come here. Show your face. Show your face.
Yummy,
So,
yummy,
any questions? Does anybody have any questions?
Looking very yummy.
yummy, yummy.
Thank you. I wish I were here, like,
Very
Like
nice.
tasting it.
if anybody
Feel like tasting.
if anyone comes to, if anyone's staying in Kapparate, feel free to come to my house.
Oh.
You all can come here and try it.
Where's your house?
In Kapparate,
Which building? Kapparate?
make a tower L.
Okay. Okay.
And we don't have any COVID cases, so you can come.
Yeah.
Lucky
So-
people.
Sorry?
Lucky people, I said.
Yeah. So this is what we've done today. I hope you all enjoyed it.
Yes,
And,
yes. I really enjoyed.
Really wonderful.
Yeah.
Very nice recipe.
Very nice.
Very
Want to
nice.
try eating
Very
I
also.
wanted to know which custard powder you used.
Brown and Polson.
Brown and
Brown.
yeah.
Yeah, I use Brown and Polson custard powder. I use brew coffee. I like coffee. If you like cocoa, you can use cocoa instead. That also is really nice.
I
You
like
can-
the idea of coffee because I am diabetic. I can eat this,
Yeah,
This is
it's
less
really
of sugar. Yeah, not
yeah,
very.
it's-
Yeah.
It's really yummy. I'm telling you, you try it, and if you can give me feedback, I would really like it, because then that will help me, improve my recipes. I really try to teach things that people can make easily without very complicated ingredients. So that's what I really like, because sometimes you just feel like cooking and you're not prepared for it. So it's nice when you can do with whatever ingredients you have at home, if you can cook,
Yeah.
So thank you. Is there anything else that
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you
were
so
saying
much.
something
Cherries on
about
that,
putting
can we
the
put
plastic in
cherries
the
on that,
bottle.
Richa?
What was that?
So, in a regular, I'll show you one, what I had done. So I don't know whether you've ever seen that video about Eco Bricks, where you can stuff the plastic bags
Yes.
into a
In a
water
bottle.
bottle. Yes.
Yes,
Our
yes,
society.
yes.
So that's what I'm doing, because actually when I was traveling, like I told you all, I traveled to Kutch, and we were there for a week. And everywhere you go, there's, in the hotels, they give you the tea sachets and they give you the coffee sachets. And I was feeling really bad throwing it. And luckily my friend also was feeling bad. So we decided to start putting all our bottles, all our wrappers in a bottle. And we collected like over a week. It's not there? Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe so basically in a water bottle we filled up. Yeah, this is what we filled up. 1 week of all our coffee sachets. If you see Givnar chai, if you see, you'll see the, different types of biscuits. All this is filled up, and this is half a liter of water bottle, and it's 1 week collection for 2 people. So that means all this would have otherwise gone on the road. Because this wrappers nobody picks up because they don't have any value. So
Hi.
Also, it's very good. The fishes also will not eat this, wrappers, unless they won't go in their mouth.
Exactly. That's the reason I decided to do this. And that's why I have a special bag in my house where all my plastic goes. We also have a milk bag project. We teach people how to cut their milk bags. So instead of cutting them in an angle, we try to cut like this, so that little corner doesn't go into the water and the fish don't eat it. And then you just rinse it out and keep it and collect it and send it to us every month. Another project that we do. So these are some of the things that I'm doing. And I hope you all have had fun today. I've had a lot of fun.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, yes.
Thank
We
you.
really like
Thank you
it.
very
Thank
much.
you thank you so much.
Really wonderful.
Thank you.
We enjoy the session like mad.
Thank you very
We
much.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you.
Yeah.